All Hallows Eve, the evening all your nightmares come to life. All the creatures of the night come out to play. It's time to pay tribute to this terrifying month. So join us as we celebrate a sinister season. This is the Venomonth of Horrors. The Reboot.
Ring follows two friends having a sleepover as one of them, Tomoko, explains that she saw a weird VHS tape.
Remember VHS tapes?
A week ago, and after it finished, she received a strange phone call saying that she would die in 7 days. And for some reason, her friend finds this hilarious.
Sick bitch.
この間さ、変なビデオ見ちゃって。
Oh, don't worry, that was just Chris Stuckman. And what a surprise, she dies.
No, you're supposed to laugh, remember?
News of this phenomena spreads throughout the town as Reiko, a news reporter, tries to investigate what's going on before watching it herself.
Why would you watch it yourself when at this point it's established that quite a few people have died from it, not just Tomoko? Like, other people have died and you're like, yeah, let's just put it in and watch it for myself.
We're gonna make a crap American version.
So the same thing happens to her as she tries to get help from her ex-husband Ryoji, who she then forces to watch the tape.
Okay, so she knows she's gonna die, she watches it voluntarily, and then she's like, well, you know what, if I'm going down, I'm taking all of you with me.
全部私のせいよね。
Well, yes. You knew people died from watching it, you watched it yourself, and then you got someone else to watch it, you selfish cow.
But strangely, he doesn't get a phone call for some reason.
大島、私はあと3日しかないのよ。
分かってるよ。俺はあと4日だ。
Well, no, because you didn't get the phone call saying that you were gonna die in 7 days.
They find out that some psychic, Shizuko, was slandered for being a fraud and thus committed suicide, and the tape was made by her daughter Sadako, another outcast with the exact same abilities.
智子と一緒にいた子が気が触れちまったんだろ。俺だってどうなるかわからない。
リュウジさんなら大丈夫よ。
俺がまともじゃないからか。
No, because you didn't get the phone call.
During all of this, their son Yoichi ends up watching it, making their race against time that more urgent.
貞子の怨念そのものだ。俺たちは呪いをかけられたんだ。
Well, no, just her. Because she actually got the phone call. I think this guy's just trying to steal her thunder. Oh, no, I'm dying too. And why didn't he get the phone call? Did the ghost run out of minutes?
They acknowledge it at one point, and by acknowledge I mean she says, hey, the phone only rang at the cabin but not at my place.
That doesn't explain why.
Anyway, they head off to find Sadako's body to break the curse, and they succeed.
おい、長谷川、もう7時終わったぞ。10分過ぎだ。助かったんだ。
Okay, that didn't happen, but they were saved. Well, she was. He was always safe because he didn't get the phone call. Oh, never mind.
She then realises that she was saved because she copied the tape and spread its name, so she sets off to continue to do so to save her son in an endless cycle of copying the VHS tape each time within a week until the end of time, I guess.
No, just let your son die and then destroy the videotape. Then it's done for good. Simple.
Work on the film began not long after the novel was published in 1991 by Koji Suzuki. Screenwriter Hiroshi Takahashi and director Hideo Nakata worked together to bring it to life, especially after checking out the TV movie Ring Kanzenban, which is based off the same book but more accurately depicted than the other versions. In this adaptation, the gender of the protagonist was changed, names were altered, marital statuses switched.
Basically, everything was changed except the main premise.
Ring was released in Japan on January the 31st, 1998 and ended up becoming the highest grossing horror film in the country's entire history. You can definitely see the influence it had on films to come. I mean, this predates the Blair Witch Project and shows some really freaky stuff with nothing more than a cheap video camera. Yeah, it has slow pacing as a lot of Japanese horror films do, but the suspense is great. You don't get the big scare until the very last moment and it's absolutely petrifying. And just when you think the film can't freak you out enough, the UK version of the DVD itself has this on its back cover. The distributor accepts no responsibility for any injuries or fatalities that may occur during or after the viewing of this video cassette.
Thanks for that.
It also doesn't rely on cheap jump scares.
Okay, that's the only one.
But for the most part you expect a jump scare, but it doesn't come. Hell, at the end she's down in the well reaching around for the corpse and you're on the edge of your seat expecting it, and instead it's this emotional hugging moment. The third act is really tense. She realises she watched the tape sometime shortly after 7 PM, so it's a race against time and it's really riveting stuff. The two leads do have touching moments together where you think they might reconcile, and it's a great unit bonding together to try to beat this thing. But this goes to show romance isn't needed one bit. The opening with the young girls is also a lot of fun. It's really charming and you don't want to see any harm come to either of them. They even fake it out with 2 scares, and then when she dies, we don't even see it, just freeze frame. It's simple, but it's effective as hell. It leaves it all to your imagination. But in addition to laughing at death, she finds this note saying that her mum was fat, her dad was fat, so she is too. And she laughs at that. That's horrible. Yeah, laugh at someone's depression and self-esteem. Stop laughing at evil things, you weirdo.
Take 2. Take 2.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man!
I do see the critics' point about the over-complexity of the plot. Maybe they could have toned that down a tiny bit because, I mean, you've already got a demon devil thing coming out of TV. Did you really need to overcomplicate it? But regardless, it has great imagery, great suspense, tremendous acting, is very imaginative with its scares.
And I would highly recommend it. Hello?
You're gonna die in 7 days.
I guess we'll see what happens in 7 days.